It's the same for a woman when you are a man who communicates all these values to her in reserve. She will try to bind you to her in her own way, and you have the luxury problem that women are chasing you and you have to choose one at some point. That in turn provides a proper boost in self-confidence, which in turn helps you to handle women more attractively. An honest self-assessment is the first step to improvement. Before you think about what you want in your life, what goals you want to pursue, you first have to look at where you currently stand. Life will be a piece of cake for you from a certain point on. So to speak, the downward spiral that you otherwise know from your life suddenly turns around and develops into a constant upward spiral. If you are out of shape, unattractive and insecure, if you feel like a loser because you've never been good with women, if you are maybe even still a virgin and you just can't stand your current life situation anymore, then listen to me very carefully. In this video, I'm going to show you how to transform from a nerd to a man with 10 hot women in his contacts, all in just 1 year. You will stop chasing and start choosing. Give me 10 minutes of your time, and at the end of this video, you're going to make a life-changing decision. First, let's do a little thought experiment. Imagine your girlfriend exactly how you would like her to be. What does she look like? What do you like about her? What does your relationship look like, and what does she give to you? When you imagine this, you naturally think about all the advantages of the woman and the relationship. You probably imagined a very attractive woman and a very beautiful relationship. This means that first of all, you think about the value that the woman has given to you. So the woman has something that you want. And here's my next question for you. Isn't it exactly the same the other way around? Put yourself in the shoes of a woman and think about what she would probably think of first. Surely not about giving her value to just any random guy. No, she naturally also thinks about the advantages of a very specific man. And what those advantages are and how you become the man she wants, you will find out in this video. Let's go. Let's stay with the thought experiment. What is that a woman will think of first? First of all, a real man. Of course, attractiveness plays an important role, especially for an attractive woman, but it's not as important as it is for a man. When we men see an attractive woman we really like, the character is less important at first. We react immediately, physically and emotionally to her beauty. For a woman, attractiveness is more of a very good bonus. If a guy is only attractive, but only trash comes out of his mouth, or he is very insecure as a man, then she will drop him like a hot potato. But your attractiveness opens the door much easier at the beginning. Your chances are much, much better. If you then also know how to talk to her, how to treat her well, how to act attractively, if you have interesting things to tell about yourself and your full life, and you are also on the right path career-wise, which is the cherry on the cake for her, then I promise you, it will be harder for the woman to get away from you that you can even imagine. If you embody this total package, you have such a great added value for her in her eyes that eventually, as a man, you will be in the position where you have the choice of which woman you get involved with. Think about it. If you imagine your dream woman right now, who really turns you on, who doesn't let you sleep at night, wouldn't you also try everything to bind her to you? It's the same for a woman when you are a man who communicates all these values to her in reserve. She will try to bind you to her in her own way, and you have the luxury problem that women are chasing you and you have to choose one at some point. And I can promise you, it is really, really easy to meet attractive women today because most men simply have no idea how to handle women well. They long for there to finally be more good men out there for them, because currently there are significantly more hot women than there are attractive good men for women. You can believe me, a lot of very attractive women have told me that this is the case, and you will eventually see for yourself what I mean. Of course, there is hard work ahead of you. No question. And you have to know exactly what to do and which path to take. But we will get to that in a moment. So you also have to bring a value as a man for the world of women. And first you have to ask yourself the question, if you were an attractive woman, would you currently want to be with yourself? This question is very, very important, and you must answer it honestly. It shows you, as you might notice right away, exactly what you need to work on. Because let's be honest, you know exactly what you need to change and what you need to do in your life. I can tell it to you, I can kick your ass, your friends and your family can tell you, but you know it best yourself. When you ask yourself this question, several reasons immediately come up why you wouldn't be with yourself as an attractive woman. And what is stopping you now from working on exactly that? You want something to change in your life, but you don't want to change yourself? That doesn't fit together. And that's exactly why you're stuck in the situation you're in right now. And surprise, you won't get out of there if you don't move your ass. An honest self-assessment is the first step to improvement. Before you think about what you want in your life, what goals you want to pursue, you first have to look at where you currently stand, like a navigation system. It's no use knowing where you need to go if you don't have a signal and can find your current location. As soon as you know where you stand and what you need to change, that is already the right starting position for you. However, the trap that most men fall into now is the trap of absoluteness. They put everything on one card. It must be the belly fat, the unfit figure. Now they become fitness nerds and believe that's the ultimate solution. And the world of women will lie at their feet. But they are wrong. As I said before, just because you have a six-pack and look like a Greek god doesn't mean women will be lining up for you. If you act insecurely and only trash comes out of your mouth, if you don't have a business that you pursue with passion but only lift weights, the woman immediately sees the gold leaf peeling off and revealing only a rusty facade behind it. So what is the solution instead? As a man, you have 4 areas to work on constantly and equally: fitness, dating, mindset and business. First of all, you should have an athletic figure and maintain a healthy lifestyle. That is basically the basis, and every human being on this world should actually have that. Next, you have to know your way around women. We always assume that others think and act similarly to us. No, wrong thought. Men and women are different. Women think completely differently, and you have to learn and understand this female psychology to be successful. Then you should work on your mindset. We all had a bad childhood, and there's a lot you have to leave behind and close a chapter on, so that you don't keep failing in relationships in the same places. And finally, success makes you sexy. That is simply a law of nature. You have to accept that. You have to become successful in one thing and build something up, not at any price and not with something you sell your soul. You have talents and strengths that only you possess, and with them you can provide a value to society for which they are happy to pay you. And the better you get at it and the more money you earn, the more valuable you will be for the world of women. That doesn't mean that all women are greedy for money. No, a woman deeply longs to be able to lean on a man who takes responsibility and takes care of the family. She needs security, and a man who goes his way and builds something for the family is for her the safe harbor in which she can relax and be completely herself as a woman. The man provides, the woman takes care of the nest building. That is deeply rooted in us, and she cannot find against nature if you provide her with this value. Developing in these areas offers you several advantages. For one thing, you stand out far from the crowd. Not only women, but people in general will admire you extremely. You will harvest recognition and respect in abundance, I promise you. Someone who is so developed and versatile is a very interesting person, and that will also create more attraction in your environment. On the other hand, the areas support each other. If you keep yourself fit and healthy, you will not only be more attractive to women, but also more successful at work because you have more energy and can concentrate better. That in turn provides a proper boost in self-confidence, which in turn helps you to handle women more attractively. Life will be a piece of cake for you from a certain point on. So to speak, the downward spiral that you otherwise know from your life suddenly turns around and develops into a constant upward spiral. Your life is no longer just influenced by external factors that make you a plaything. Instead, you take your life into your own hands and have it firmly in your grip. You decide where your path leads you, you are the captain, and now possess the power over your fate. Now you already know where you stand and what needs to be done. If you subscribe to this channel and follow the videos, then in the coming weeks you will get all the content from me on how to go from level 1 to level 5, from nerd to alpha in the individual areas, if you constantly play through every level and complete all story and side quests. Because alpha level is like a real open world game in which you play yourself as your own character and make yourself the legendary hero of your life through levels 1 to 5. So click subscribe now and activate the bell to stay tuned for the videos. Soon I will announce when level 1 will start, so prepare yourself well and be curious about what to expect. At the end of this video, however, you have to make a decision for now. Success with women will be part of your daily life if you follow the path exactly as I have shown it in this video. But for that, you have to change radically. There is no in between in changing a little bit, all or nothing. Decide for the hard, extreme path. You must not waste any more time. Stop with the video games and all the nonsense that destroys your life. Decide for yourself, for your future, which lies entirely in your own hands. See you in the next video.